Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's a good opportunity for me to be here to teach you meditation. There are two methods work together. First is to concentrate our mind at one quietness, so that the virtues which develop to remove hindrances of the right wisdom. When our mind components, which are the sphere of wishing, the sphere of memory, the sphere of thought, and the sphere of cognition, to be trained to stop still at oneness. The virtues will be developed to remove five hindrances which always occur in the lay people. For example, sleepiness, doubts, ill will, restlessness of mind, and sensualism. These hindrances, while the mind components be at one quietness. The mind components can be trained to be at oneness based on the peaceful action, speech, and intentions. The most basic of Dhamma practice is why we want you to accept precepts of morality to control your behavior through speech, action, and intention. To be peaceful, and then we train our mind components to be concentrated. And when our mind is well concentrated, be pure from hindrances, the right wisdom in Dhamma will be developed to see the compound things, the characteristics of compound things as they naturally are. And this helps to develop the right wisdom in the Four Noble Truths, which leads to remove the cause of sufferings, so that you can lead your life peacefully and to be successful and to meet prosperity and good, peacefully happiness. So this is the second step which you are going to work on, which is concentration of mind. You already accept precepts of morality to control the behavior to be peaceful already. So from now on, let's go on concentrating your mind. The posture, which is the most proper for practice concentration of mind, is to sitting cross-legged as you are sitting, with primarily with the right leg resting on the left. But if you feel uncomfortable, you may change your position. Sit upright. Take your long breath and then relax. You see this sphere about this big. Remember, we will use this object to bring your mind components, which are the sphere of vision, the sphere of memory, the sphere of thought, and the sphere of cognition to be at oneness by remembering the sphere. Alright? This for the first place. Now, close your hand. You may having your right index just touch above your left arm and put on the left. Close your eyelids gently. Take your long breath. You may remember the sphere, or for those who cannot remember, just imagine the sphere as I showed to you just now. And focus attention to the center of the sphere. And let the center of the sphere locate at the center of your nostril aperture, at the left side for the lady and the right side for the gentleman. Take your long breath. Observe the breathing in and out which pass through the sphere, but no need to follow your breathing. This means that we use the meditating techniques by three Dhammakaya. One is concentrate on the light, and another one, be mindful in breathing, and also repeat or recite the word Samma Arahang, Samma Arahang, Samma Arahang continually at the center of the sphere, locating at your nostril aperture, so that to keep the mind components which always wandering outside since you were born up till now, to detach from all outside objects, to be concentrating at the center of the sphere by focusing your attention to the center of the sphere, mindfully and continually. You may observe the breathing in and out which pass through the sphere at the first stage, so that your mind components be sure that be at the center of the sphere. Along with reciting the word Samma Arahang, Samma Arahang, Samma Arahang at the center of the sphere, mindfully and continually. The word Samma is from Samma Sambuddho, which means Lord Buddha's enlightenment in the form of truth by himself correctly, which means Lord Buddha's right wisdom. The word Arahant means the purity of Lord Buddha, which we always away from any bad behavior and bad people. Therefore, when you recite the word Samma Arahang, Samma Arahang, Samma Arahang at the beginning, up to until the mind components be at oneness, you wish that Lord Buddha's virtues in terms of right wisdom and purity to be yours. Be always at the center of the sphere. This is the first base of the mind stopping. Then you move mentally the sphere, while your mind be always at the center of the sphere. Move the sphere inward and then upward to stop still at your eye socket. At the left side for the ladies and the right side for gentlemen. You still go on with the same procedure to recite the word Samma Arahang, Samma Arahang, Samma Arahang continually and mindfully to keep your mind be inside to stop still at the center of the sphere. Then move the sphere inward to stop still at the center of your head. You still go on with the same procedure. Recite the word Samma Arahang, Samma Arahang, Samma Arahang continually and mindfully at the third base of the mind stop. From now on, we are going to use the object to bring your mind downward to stop still inside. It's not easy, but it is possible to bring the mind components to be inside by rolling your eyeballs backward properly so that your mind components be at the same point. Be backward and then downward while you bring your mind, focus attention at the center of the center. Move the sphere downward to stop still at your palate as the third base, fourth base of mind stopping. You still recite the word Samma Arahang, Samma Arahang, Samma Arahang continually. And move the sphere downward to stop still at your throat temperature as the fifth base of the mind stop. You may observe your breathing in and out which pass through the sphere. But you just be mindful at the center of the sphere. Then you move the sphere downward slowly, straight, to stop still at the end of your breathing. Here is the beginning of your mind and breathing at the center of the body in line of your navel level. You focus attention to the center of the sphere at the center of the sixth base of your mind stopping. Here, you may observe that your mind, your breathing in ends here and out begins here. You still focus attention to the center of the sphere, along with reciting the word Samma Arahang, Samma Arahang, Samma Arahang continually and mindfully. Here is the sixth base of the mind stopping. Then you move mentally the sphere upward straight, about 2.5 inches above the navel level. Here is the seventh base of the mind stopping, where you might change according to wholesome or unwholesome practice. However, you still focus attention to the center of the center so that your mind components be at oneness over here. You may observe the breathing in and out which pass through the sphere, but you don't have to move your mind back and forth according to your breathing. Just be mindful at the center of the sphere. Make your mind as bright as daylight over there, so that you see the sphere clearly, while your mind components be at the center of the center. Continually and mindfully, so that your mind components completely detached from the outside objects, even your crude body, to stop still at the center of the center of the sphere, at the center of the body. You keep continuing reciting the word Samma Arahant, Samma Arahant, Samma Arahant, continually and mindfully, so that your mind components be more and more calm down, more and more peaceful, and then stop still at the center of the body. Now you learn how to concentrate your mind to stop still at the center of the body. The proper place is these 7 days of the mind structure, about 2.5 inches above the navel level, where your mind components change according to the wholesome or unwholesome practice. Keep continuing reciting the word Samma Arahant, Samma Arahant, Samma Arahant, continually and mindfully. You may try to practice by yourself whenever you have time. When your mind be more and more peaceful and then stop still at the center of the body, you will feel that the center expands itself naturally. And then the most refined, the purest nucleus of your own will appear at the center of the body, very bright and refined. The standard size is about an egg yolk, or even larger, equivalent to the sun or the moon. This is the largest one. Whenever your nucleus appears at the center of the body, you still roll your eyeballs back up, so that your mind components be always at the center of the center, at oneness. When your mind components properly concentrate, you will see within the sphere there exists another little sphere. First, you may see 5 of them, one at the center, another one at the front, at the left side, rear side, and the right side. At the center is space element. At the front is water element. At the right side is earth element. At the rear side is fire element, and the left side is wind element, which control your crude body. You focus attention to the center of the sphere. You will see at the center of the space element there exists another element which is very pure, very bright, which is the cognition element. You rest your mind there, center of the center, gently. When your mind components properly concentrate, the center expands itself. The brighter, purer, and more refined spheres will appear accordingly or pop up one after one. You focus attention to the center of the brighter, more refined ones until you reach the brightest and the most refined one. You still focus attention to the center of that most refined one. When your mind components be perfectly concentrated, the center expands itself naturally. There will appear your own refined human body, looks very like you yourself, but looks nicer than the group body. That is, not very old and not very young. It's about right. Be transparent. Whenever you see that, you become that refined body right way. This is the body within the body. When you become the refined body of yourself, you focus attention to the center of the sphere. Make your feeling that you are wholly the refined body. You may observe from the top to the toe that you are that refined body. And let that refined body focus attention to the center of the sphere, so that your mind components be more and more peaceful, and then stop short at the center of the most refined sphere, which will help to purify your refined body, which is really the body within the body. This is one of the 4 mindfulness in the body, within the body. When you focus attention to the center of the center, you become fully that refined body. You will feel that you are feeling that is very peaceful, happiness, the purest mind, and the pure virtues. You stop still there, center of the center, until your mind components, the sphere, the refined body, and Dhammakaya soul are most refined. Center of the center, you focus the attention mindfully. When your mind components properly concentrate, the center expands itself. The larger refined bodies, more beautiful, more radiant, will appear accordingly. For example, after the refined human body, there will appear celestial body and refined celestial body. You go on with the same procedure to become that refined body, and let the refined body focus attention to the center of the sphere, to meditate at the same manner, until the whole body, the sphere, and Dhammakaya soul are most refined. Then there will appear the larger, more refined, purer, more radiant, and more beautiful. For example, after the celestial body, there will appear Brahman and formless Brahman bodies, of which the size is larger and larger, purer and purer, more radiant and more beautiful. When you reach the most refined formless Brahman body, go on with this procedure. Let that refined body to meditate at the same manner. Focus attention to the center of the sphere, at the center of the body, until the whole body, the sphere, and Dhammakaya soul are most refined. And then the center expands itself. There will appear Dhammakaya. Looks very like transparent Buddha state, the purest state of mind at the beginning. Very radiant, size is about 9 meters in height and width. Is seen sitting on round pedestal within the large sphere. Whenever you see that, you go on with the same procedure to become Dhammakaya. Dhammakaya is the pure state of mind where the noble virtues exist. You go on with this procedure until you reach and become the largest one, of which the size is about 40 meters in height and width. This is the basic meditation by concentration of mind at the center of the body, from the cruder body up to the more refined, the purer and higher virtues up to Dhammakaya. In that situation or that level of the purest mind, which become jhana, not the mind of the sensual world bodies, but karma. This will have to develop supernatural vision and hearing, so that you see not only the crude bodies or aggregates of the human beings and animals which you can see, but also you can see, you can touch, you can hear the more refined bodies or beings, such as hell beings and celestial beings, Brahman and formless Brahman beings, which help to develop our right wisdom that all world beings are according to their own wholesome or unwholesome deeds they have done before. That means to learn the natural law of God. And you know the cause of suffering and the cause of happiness by means of practicing Dhamma. And to develop right wisdom that all compound phenomena are subject to change, be impermanent and suffering, and finally be destroyed, become non-self, so that you detach your whole feeling, or more and more feeling, from these aggregates, which are compound things, especially compound living things, namely 5 aggregates, which are subject to change, suffering, and non-suffering. To develop the right wisdom, and then develop the more and more right wisdom in the Four Noble Truths. The truth of suffering, causes of suffering, the Eightfold Path leading to extinction of suffering, and the state of the purest non-compound things or non-compound phenomena, which is really Dhammakaya, where the purer and purest virtues of the noble person exist. This is the primary practicing according to Dhammakaya approach by the 4 foundations of mindfulness. So you notice, you try to meditate, at least to help to concentrate your mind at the center of the body, which will help your mind become purer and purer, which is the wholesome state of mind, which will help you to do another higher Dhamma by removing hindrance and unwholesome, by acceptance of sila to control our behavior through speech and actions properly, and to train our mind to be always more and more peaceful, so that the hindrance be removed and the better right wisdom to be developed, to see the real characteristics of compoundings, that all of the compoundings, living or non-living compoundings, are subject to change, be impermanent, suffering, and non-self, and developed our right wisdom up to the right wisdom of the Four Noble Truths, including the Eightfold Noble Path, leading to Nibbana, the purest state of mind, which enable us to reach supreme happiness without the causes of suffering. This is the method of samatha and vipassana together through the four foundations of mindfulness, until we reach Dhammakaya and Nibbana. Before we have progression, let's all of us, while our mind be always at the center of the body, become purer and peaceful, to extend our loving kindness to all world beings, including our parents, friends, colleagues, and other world beings, whether human beings, spiritual beings, Brahman and formless Brahman beings, and including the world beings in suffering worlds, such as the hell beings, hungry ghosts, demons, and animals of all kinds. And make a wish that may Lord Buddha bless all of us to live a peacefully and happy life, with the right wisdom and prosperity, without problems and sufferings forever. And from now on, you receive my blessing. Sappe Buddha Kalapata Patika Nandaya Palang Arahanta Nandate Chena Rakhan Kanta Mitsapaso Te Atalata Sukita Vimha Uttasasane Aloka Sukita Ota Swahak Sappe Hiyatipi Bhavatu Sapamakalang Rakhantu Sapatevata Sapabuddha Bhavena Sathasoti Bhagwan Today Bhavatu Sapamakalang Rakhantu Sapatevata Sapadaman Bhavena Sathasoti Bhavan Today Bhavatu Sapamakalang Rakhantu Sapatevata Sapasangha Bhavena Sathasoti Bhagwan Today. Let all of us pay homage to the triple gems. All of us need be ready to prostrate. Arahan Samma Sambuddho Bhagava. Follow me. พุทธังภะคะวันตังอภิวาเทมิ Go straight. สวากขาโตภะคะวตาธัมโมธัมมังนัมมัสสามิ Go straight through. สุปฏิปันโนภะคะวะโตสาวกสังโฆสังฆังนามามิ Go straight through.
Now let us pay respect to the Most Venerable.